Successful roundup of alleged child sex offenders, but it also shows how widespread that crime is in North Texas. The Dallas FBI office, along with some of the 70 law enforcement agencies that all participated, announced the results of what they called Operation Soteria Shield. Here's our JD Miles.
These are the faces of the 244 men and women charged with exploiting children for the purpose of sex trafficking or pornography. It's the end of a month-long investigation by federal and local law enforcement of a crime that authorities say is a year-round problem.
The numbers of offenders arrested and the children rescued in this operation are stunning. It's stunning to hear them repeated here.
109 children were rescued by Operation Soteria Shield, which began in April.
During this operation, many of the children recognized or rescued were previously unidentified. They had never been reported missing. They had never had their abuse known.
Authorities are calling it a successful roundup of alleged child sex offenders, but it also shows how widespread that crime is in North Texas. The Dallas FBI office, along with some of the 70 law enforcement agencies that all participated, announced the results of what they called Operation Soteria Shield. Here's our JD Miles.
These are the faces of the 244 men and women charged with
to authorities.
The operation not only led to arrests and rescues, but also to the seizure of terabytes of child abuse sex material through a collaborative effort that started 10 years ago and now includes 70 Texas law enforcement agencies.
What started as a small team with a bold idea has grown into something very powerful.
In a lot of these cases, authorities say the sex offenders never actually meet their victims face to face, but instead use technology to coerce them into sending explicit images and videos. The head of the Dallas FBI office says the methods used are not just involving social media, but also online gaming systems.
So I think for many of us, I'll speak for my generation, we were raised to be concerned about faceless strangers that might try to contact us or cause us harm on the street. But we've moved past that. Again, predators have access to our children in our home through technology.
Authorities urge families to use parental controls on any devices kids use.
To authorities.
The operation not use, and be aware there are more faces like these still out there.
Yeah, so they say it started a couple months ago, and they made a big trafficking ring, which they rescue and arrest a lot of men and women. So go ahead, Ronnie, what's your take?
Shout out to the state of Texas. They're doing something big, something major. I appreciate that. They're doing something that every state should be doing, is to put an end to all this kidnapping when it comes to these little children. And not only that, but as parents, pay more attention to what your kids doing when it comes to aspect of their device. Pay very, very close attention to what they're watching, what they're doing. Even if you may step out for some period of time, come back, check their phone, check their devices, and make sure nothing suspicious is going on. Because this rain got to stop. There's too many missing children throughout all across America, and I'm glad that the state of Texas is doing something very, very powerful. And I say kudos to them, and I hope other states will also do the same thing and get involved and stuff like that. Go right ahead, King.
I want to give a shout out to the Texas Rangers. I want to give a shout out to the Texas Rangers, to the state of Texas, to the police departments. I want to give a shout out to the forensics team who was able to put this together. This is what you call protecting our babies. This is what you call protecting our babies. And Ron, you spoke eloquently, and Jordan spoke. Y'all got to be careful and watch what your children do online. You got wackos like this. Now, mind you, I want everybody on that list to be on the chain gang. I'm talking about minimum 15 years prison sentences. Minimum 15 years prison sentence.
That's too easy. They need to be unalive.
25.
Shout out to Gorilla Black.
I think they should be unalive. I'm sorry. No.
So the thing is, we need to be careful. We need to start taking control of this and start putting these guys away. I land right there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the state of Texas. It just shows you, how many kids they rescue, how many people arrested. It's like, yo, this is not just in Texas. It's going everywhere. And to me, I would love to see, especially metropolitan areas like a Miami, like a Atlanta, like a New York, LA, Chicago. I wish, some of these local polices will make a special unit when it comes to try to crack down trafficking rings and everything. Because if you see Texas to do it, how big the ring is, imagine a city like New York or LA, how, which are much bigger cities, has much more people, how big of a ring, a trafficking ring that comes there and everything. So when it comes to this, like I said, I hope all of the America police are looking at this and make a special unit when it comes to try to break down these trafficking rings, because it happens too many times. Sometimes, when it comes here in California, they can go across countries, go to Mexico and everything. And this really tell me, as police officers, you got to do a better job when it comes to protecting our youth, because Texas did a phenomenal job of what they just did.